I'm amazed at the comment that this paparazzi made. He said this is a very special sunrise and he's excited about it. And we would like to have a golden sunrise. But this paparazzi from Austria was here taking some pictures. He thinks it's a very special sunrise. We've been waiting for a while for it to come out. Now it's recognized though. It's more like a moon, pale like a moon. And if the sunrise is missing something, maybe you can be a sunrise for your family today. There's an amazing story in Daniel, the book of Daniel. Some people might even claim that it's fantasyful, and that's not the point of that I'm wrestling with this morning. What I'm really key on and excited about is that the very thought exists that young people already have such maturity, because Daniel and his companions are young. They have such interior liberty. They're able to do the right at extraordinary cost to themselves because of persecution by the most powerful brokers in the land. And this is extraordinary freedom. How can young people reach this maturity? How can they be so strong to resist the prevailing culture? It's just amazing. And the convictions that are with them, they are being accompanied from heaven by an emissary of God. So they're able to resist the pressure of the king and the torture, and their fear is overcome. There's that famous proverb, there's nothing to fear but fear itself. Nothing to fear but fear itself. That's something. Because fear limits us to reach our true fulfillment. When you think about being made in the image and likeness of God, then we are always close to God. We're always involved with Him. That's our dignity, that's our level. We're, in that sense, different than all the other creatures. There's some little bit of God's beauty and goodness and love in every creature, a not. But in the human being, it's incomparably greater. The problem we have is we compromise our great dignity for momentary gains that are way beneath our dignity. We settle for very little. You remember that line of Thomas More when he was just prior to condemnation to death in the British Parliament because he refused to go along with Henry VIII's selfish ways. Thomas More talked to the guy who was betraying him, who had been helped by him very much when he was a young person. And this man was wearing the medallion with the beautiful chain around his neck and the medallion carrying the front of him. And Thomas More took it in his hands and he admired the medallion and he thought this was great to be now the Chancellor of Wales. And then he looked at this fellow and he said to him, "But we're told that to gain the whole world and lose your soul would be a very bad deal. But to lose it for Wales?" Now, I have some very good Welsh friends, and I have never been to Wales, but I'm sure it's a beautiful place. But that line contains the core kernel of the issue. What do we sell our dignity for? Or it's not for sale. And so I will never yield. I will be committed to always stand with my original dignity as image and likeness of the Almighty. Imagine when children learn that principle from their parents. And no matter how much drugs might offer as an escape from painful situations, as a challenge that seems so attractive and worthwhile to a new liberty. Imagine when children really assimilate that principle. Their parents teach them, first of all, by example, that conscience would never be compromised. That every single human being, we've seen a lot of different little plants close up this morning, but every single human being, no matter how miserable, how depraved, how troubled, how sick, how despicable in their behavior, would be honored as image and likeness of the Almighty. What a great freedom that gives in life. And there's a beautiful line in the Gospel today. Jesus says that the truth will set us free. Many people fear the truth, that it will put them in jail because they have done criminal deeds or scandalous deeds, and they'll do anything to deny the truth of their reality. It's at the very beginning of the text today of the Gospel. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. they reply they have never been slaves, so they don't need to be set free. And I don't know how they forgot about the slavery in Egypt, and then the exile, and then the pressure from so many different occupying forces under the Romans. Maybe there's irony there. This is an Austrian former volunteer in Jerusalem, a very good friend of Magdala, and he's back visiting in the Holy Land, and he's brought his cameras. He's really into photography, so I'm doing some revenge on him here. There's a lot to ponder here. It's deep stuff, it's great stuff. And maybe later on in the Mass this evening, I'm probably going to tie it together with the commentary last evening after the Mass yesterday evening, after that, and at the end of the homily, the end of the Gospel passage, because the two Gospel passages are continuous. We just continue reading chapter 8 today. I encourage you to go into those texts. They're very powerful. Obviously, the backdrop then of the big drama is probably the biggest drama of ever all time, when people chosen by God to advance the cause of salvation of humanity, to be light to the world, some of their leaders become the agents of eliminating the Word incarnate himself. Hey, Martin, look in the water. There's an incredible reflection of the sun in the water. You've already spotted that. I just saw it now. Guten Morgen. They wanted to hear your voice in German. Guten Morgen. Wie geht es dir?
Wie geht es dir? Oh my goodness, it's difficult to get to. Aber kein Ding der Unmöglichkeit.
Nice.
Oh wow, those flowers are beautiful, are they?
Yes, we got some of them already. If you want to get me doing a picture like this.
Yeah, I have like a very
You're too close.
close lens, yes. But no worries, no worries.
Okay, people, I think we've got enough here today to digest, and it will be good for us.
What is digest in English? In German?
Verdauen.
Verdauen. Ah, digest. I see.
So we'll do even the selfie here with Martin in it, because that way we'll document the moment. This is our...
What a great sunrise, right?
He's so excited about this sunrise, but I guess if you're a poet and you're magical, you can see all that beauty as well,
Yeah.
in places that you wouldn't expect it.
Hey, great. Let's put the selfie and I'll try to make... Yes, it looks so good. Hey.
This guy's an artist.
I am. Every one of us is, in his own way.
Yeah, okay, I accept that. People, God bless you. See you later, alligators. You know that when the sun doesn't rise the way you like it, you become the sunrise in your family today.
Oh wow. You know, I have to say one saying I how do you call it? I found it like sometimes life is very bitter. It's like beer, but that doesn't mean it's always bad, you know? It's very bitter, but it's not always bad.
It could be very good.
Yes.
That's a great line.
Yes.
People, God bless you. See you later, alligators.